Should we introduce our names? I'm Alice and this is I'm Upstitch. I really should do that with every video.
I said that, you said no. Yeah.
Well, not what I thought, but it's a good idea. Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to another week of Atlas and Whipstitch Adventures. I'm Atlas.
That was not the name of it. The
Adventures
of Atlas and Whipstitch.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to another week of the Adventures of Atlas and Whipstitch. I am Atlas.
And I'm Whipstitch.
And this week we're going to go over a few different things you can carry with you while you're out on the trail or hiking to do some last minute repairs on clothing or tents or really anything of fabric nature.
So, in order to keep this sewing kit nice and compact, I have emptied out a little Altoids tin, and inside I have a couple of things. One, I have a little pair of cuticle scissors, and you wouldn't necessarily need the cuticle scissors. I put this in there just in case you're not planning on carrying a Leatherman or some sort of multi-purpose tool with you. Usually just the knife on the multi-purpose tool will work.
Which I'm assuming most people probably have.
And then bag of various different sizes of buttons. Doesn't really matter. These are like the little bags that buttons come with your clothes. When you get a cardigan or something that's got buttons on it, they usually give you an extra couple. So I just threw a bunch of different sizes in, because you never know. The color's not going to matter. If you lose a button on the trail and you need a pair of pants fixed.
If your pants are falling down, you don't care what color button you're wearing.
So what I've done is I've put some thread on a bobbin, and when you load up these bobbins with thread, if you sew or your girlfriend or your mom or your grandma or anybody sews, they'll have bobbins. And if you ask them politely, they'll probably even load them up for you using their machine, which is nice. On these bobbins though, I have used upholstery thread, and then Atlas here has got denim thread. I've picked these two different types of thread because you literally can't break it. So they're nice and sturdy and strong. I'm gonna give that one a tug, Atlas. Show them that you can't break this
Cut my
stuff.
fingers off.
Right?
They also have at stores, usually they'll have like little cardboard flat pieces of, it's like flat cardboard that they wrap thread on sometimes, that you can use that too if you don't have access to any of these. Or just a little piece of cardboard of any
These
size.
are really cheap at like any sewing store. You can even get plastic ones. I like these because they hold a lot of thread in not a lot of area. I have a few different needles. I brought 4 just standard straight needles. These are really good for fixing a pair of pants or anything, clothing of nature. I've also brought a heavy-duty curved needle, which would be really good for fixing like your sleeping bag or the tent.
Yeah, the tent rips or something. You
Yeah.
can use it for that. Parts on your pack.
Yeah.
That are at weird angles.
Yeah, so I always want to make sure you have a curved needle in there. I have also put in there, Atlas thought I was a little weird, a length of ribbon. And I've done this because if you're out hiking or camping and the zipper on your tent breaks, it would be much easier to cut your ribbon into a couple of sections like this big, sew them on the inside of your tent on either side of the zipper, and just knot it to keep it closed until you can get into town or somewhere where you can get a new tent.
Well, I guess too, like with the length of ribbon like this, the ribbon is pretty strong depending on what type you use.
Yeah,
that's you could put a lot of weight on that. So you could use it like say part of your strap in your bag breaks or something like that. You could, maybe MacGyver it together again with some strong ribbon, something that thread wouldn't hold, but you don't need as small of a space for the thread. You could probably use that for a couple different things.
Yeah.
Really.
It's just a nice length of ribbon. You can get ribbon really cheap pretty much anywhere. Just make sure you get cloth ribbon and not like the papery plastic ribbon. That papery plastic ribbon frays really, really easily, and the second that you try to sew it, it's going to fall apart.
And it doesn't really have a lot of strength to it either.
Yeah, not at all. But something like this has a lot of strength. Like I said, the scissors, these are just cuticle scissors. You
don't necessarily need them.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need them. You'll have, if you're going to make sure you have a Leatherman or something like that with you, then you wouldn't need these. Yeah, pocket knife even. You wouldn't need these. I put them in there just in case anybody doesn't have one of those with them and they want to make sure that they have something like this. I mean, push comes to shove, you get a hangnail on the trail, you could use them for that purpose, but
the whole thing really weighs hardly anything, so it's not like it's adding a lot of weight to...
I think the heaviest part of that is the tin.
Yeah, so maybe like 4 ounces maybe at most.
And then I'm gonna try to show you guys here. As you can see, everything packs up very nice and neat in there. If you wanted to, you could even go as far as to put a piece of duct tape on the lid of this and kind of wrap it closed so it doesn't open up in your pack and you don't get stabbed by a stray needle.
And then you have extra duct tape, which can never hurt.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that is our quick little tip for the day. That's our sewing kit that we will be taking with us while we are hiking. I'm Whipstitch.
And I'm Atlas, and if you like this video, please subscribe below, share it with your friends, and give it a thumbs up.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.